All I gotta say is, we are back.
Make some noise!
We are absolutely back.
He's getting by people so much easier.
It's been a long ass 2 years, but we are finally within season 2. And not only did they give us 1 episode, they gave us 3. So we are getting fed, and I absolutely love it. X-Men 97 season 2 is here. Let's get into the review for episode 1. Check out my shirt. Check out my shirt. Check out my shirt. Theme song. All right, now first off, they opened the episode with Trish Tilby. Why are you back? Why are you on my screen? I do not want to see you. Last season, all I was doing was criticizing her journalism skills. She is a fake ass wannabe Megyn Kelly. Get her the away from me. I cannot stand Trish Tilby. I did not like the way she handled that interview with Scott Summers.
Scott, you lie. Why lie?
I did not appreciate her comments where she said to Beast in Genosha after the attack.
But smashing windows is destruction, not communication. That fear is the whole issue.
Mind your fucking business.
And then on top of that, she turned out to be a sentinel. She turned out to be an actual traitor. She had nanobots in her body that transformed her into a human sentinel, and she attacked the X-Men. Why are you here? And look at her face. You can still see the lines in her face. She is still a sentinel. Just because the program is not activated does not mean all the nanites inside her bodies are gone. I do not trust her. I do not like her. Fire her. She deserves unemployment. Give her job to a worthy black woman, not no motherfucking Trish Tilby. So get her off my screen. I don't know why we opened the episode with Trish Tilby, but I do not want to see this hoe ever again.
I'm tired of these crackers.
So now we're back at the X Mansion. We're leaving off where episode 10 of season 1 left off. We have Forge and we have Bishop, and they're deciding which timeline that they're going to jump into to rescue the X-Men. And like I said in my prediction video, I knew that Forge was going to be the one to go to the future because he's worried about Storm. That's all he is concerned about. Of course, he wants all the X-Men to return, but you know he is in love with Storm and he wants to know, is she okay? So I knew that Forge was going to be the one that goes into the future and Bishop was going to be the one that's going to be sent to the past. Now, sidebar, I will say this because this was over amplified in the promotional material. If I hear one more motherfucker say, we got to get the X-Men back into the 90s.
We gotta get the X-Men back to the 90s.
The 1990s.
It's like, damn, y'all, how many times we gonna say this shit? Let's make Juvenile record a drop.
Taking over for the 99 in the 2000s.
So for this episode, we are pretty much following Forge, retrieving the X-Men that were sent into the future to bring them back into the past. And once Forge touched down in the future, it's on site. It's a whole bunch of robots that are trying to jump him. Forge pulled out his Glocks and was like, bring it on. And I just have to say, I love seeing Forge in action because we didn't get that last season. Yes, he participated in some of the fights, but he wasn't really like fighting. Like he was like on the Blackbird and like shooting down Sentinels. But as far as Forge, boots on the ground, showcasing his skills as a gunman, it was such a treat. And it reminded me of when Forge was the leader of the X-Men when they were on Muir Island. And I have the comic book right here. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to review this on my channel because it's such a fun read and you are really going to be a fan of Forge after reading this book. So again, just let me know in the comment section and we'll do that for a video in the future. So as Forge was getting overwhelmed by the robots, we see Wolverine enter the fight. He does not have his adamantium claws. He has his bone claws and he helps Forge take down some of the robots. But it's weird because after we see Wolverine fight, he's tired.
Gotta get moving.
Pussy. Brenda!
Like, he's breathing hard, and it's like, what's going on here? Because if anything, with him not having his adamantium, Wolverine should be a little bit more faster because his body doesn't have to constantly heal all the time. That's why he looks more beastly-like. So I'm just a little bit confused as to why he's so tired after fighting that robot, even when the robot didn't even attack him. That was very weird. Did y'all notice that? It's like, why is Wolverine seeming like a weak-ass man right here? I don't know. That was kind of weird. And then appears Storm, the queen. The queen of the X-Men. I love me some Storm. Storm makes her overly dramatic entrance, as she should, and she locks eyes with Forge, and they kiss. Listen here, I do not give a about any of you Black Panther stans. I will always root for Storm and Forge. That is literally like one of the best love interests in my opinion, because it's all in the X-Men world. We don't need T'Challa. Just have them stay over there with the Avengers. So Wolverine and Storm, they take Forge back to the base of operations where we see Scott and Jean, and they're with baby Cable. And they're just letting Forge know, like, yeah, ever since Asteroid M, we've been out here for like months, just trying to survive and just trying to make it. So then after updating Forge, he pretty much says like, oh, okay, it's good to see you guys. Now we got to get y'all back in the present because we don't need y'all up the time stream. Scott and Jean, they kind of hesitate because they are with Nathan. Nathan as a child. He's no longer a baby. He's not a grown-ass man like in their present day. He is literally a child. Has to be like 7, 8, 9 years old. And this is an opportunity for both Scott and Jean to be parents towards Nathan. Their child is literally growing up before their eyes. So they want to spend as much time with Nathan as they can. So Forge is like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a day. And then we move to a conversation between Forge and Storm, and he's kind of like holding Storm accountable.
You, of all people, with your respect for the natural order of things, could tamper with the time.
I will not apologize for giving a parent a chance to say goodbye to their child.
And the reason why I wanted to highlight that moment is because their relationship, they are not afraid to speak at each other and let their points of views be known, because essentially both of them are right. Forge is worried about the potential danger of the time stream, and Storm knows the effects of sending their child into the future because they did not have the technology to cure an incurable disease caused by Mr. Sinister. Storm knows how that situation has greatly affected their relationship, and they have a clear-cut opportunity to be parents. So I just love that the both of them was able to voice their concerns, voice their point of view, respect each other's point of view, and come to a compromise. And guess what? They still love each other at the end of the day. So that was such good writing right there. I absolutely loved it. Right, so then we got Mother Ascani. Let me just put this out here. She's getting on my nerves this entire episode. I hate characters that just over sensationalize the importance of a prophecy. Every time you turn around, she's saying the prophecy this, the prophecy that, the prophecy, the prophecy, the prophecy.
According to the prophecy, Nathan's prophecy.
The prophecy.
It's prophecy.
The prophecy.
The prophecy.
The prophecy. The prophecy.
I cannot stand when characters want us to care more about the prophecy just like them. Don't nobody give a goddamn about this prophecy. And then when we actually discovered this big dramatic prophecy that Mother Ascani is on, it's like, girl, you're doing all this because Cable is going to be the one person to fight Apocalypse. We knew that. That ain't nothing new. He's been doing that ever since X-Men, the animated series, the original 90s show. We already know Cable is going to fight Apocalypse. What's the big deal here? That's your big grand prophecy? Does he win? Does he lose? No, the prophecy is he is destined to fight Apocalypse. Duh.
Okay, I mean, dang. What, you want a Scooby snack?
Meanwhile, Scott is not trusting Mother Ascani, and I don't blame him because he's like, this prophecy. I just want to spend time with my son. I was robbed of that opportunity. I had to send him into the future when he was a child. I want to spend time with my son. And Jean's on the same wave. I want to spend time with my son. I did not have the opportunity to be a mother because we had to send him into the future. So yeah, I'm definitely Team Jean, Team Scott Summers, Mother Ascani. Let's get Cable and get the out of here. So that's what they do. They decide to come up with a plan to abandon Mother Ascani's base of operations, and they leave. Unfortunately, as they are leaving, they get jumped. They get jumped by this big ass gang of mutants and a whole bunch of robots, and they kidnap Scott, Jean, and Cable. All right, so let me just put this out there. Yes, I am a huge X-Men nerd. I know like a good, 60, 70, 80% of the details concerning X-Men lore. I don't know who any of these motherfuckers are. I have never seen these characters a day in my life. Their powers are unrecognizable. Their faces are unrecognizable. So I don't know who these group of mutants that are jumping Scott, Jean, and Nathan. All I know is they work for Apocalypse. And that's it. Let's move on. So then when the rest of the X-Men find out that Scott, Jean, and Cable have been kidnapped by Apocalypse forces, they come up with the plan to rescue them. And then Storm and Mother Ascani, they have a little sidebar, and Mother Ascani reveals that she is the one that scattered the X-Men throughout time. And it's like, all right, bitch, you pissing me off now, because what are you doing? What you're doing all this because of what? The prophecy? Why? Just absolutely why? Just doing the absolute most for no damn reason. Like, please just sit your old ass down. And then in the conversation, Mother Ascani takes her hood off and it's like, whoa, damn, girl, you done been through it. The future has not been kind to you because it's not only that you're old with up skin. Yikes, you did not age gracefully at all.
Ooh, that's some hard living.
Anyway, Mother Ascani, she comes up with the plan. In order to intercept the ship that Scott, Jean, and Cable are on, she needs to utilize her own ship. And it can catch up with them, but she needs the power to do so. So she asks Storm to harvest solar energy from the sun in order to power the ship. Now, at first, Storm is kind of like taken aback.
I control the weather, not the cosmos. What makes you think I can do such a thing?
Ma'am, you are Storm, Aurora Monroe. You are an Omega level mutant. You don't just control the weather, my love. You control energy. Recognize who you are, Storm. You are one of the most well-known, popular woman superheroes in comic books in general. If they was to do a Mount Rushmore of women superheroes, it would be you and it would be Wonder Woman. Y'all debate on the other two. I don't give a f. All I know is Storm is going to be on that list right next to Wonder Woman. Storm, you can do this. And guess what? She does do it. They give Storm a whole solo moment where we can see her powers be activated, and they keep the theme song from the first season. Y'all know that every time Storm uses her powers on a grand scale, you hear that theme song in the background. I loved this moment, and I need to see more of this throughout the season. So anyway, back on the ship, when Scott, Jean, and Cable, when they escape their change, here come the robots and here come Apocalypse mutant forces, his horsemen. They try to jump them again. And it's like, bruh, y'all must not know. All the X-Men do is jump mother. It can be like 9 X-Men on 2 supervillains, or it can be like 5 X-Men going against an army of supervillains. They don't give a f. The X-Men, all they do is jump. And that's what we see right here, because as soon as they try to corner Scott and Jean, here comes Storm, here come Wolverine, here come the rest of the X-Men getting the cracking. And I just want to say, I loved this fight scene because this is actually the very first fight scene where we're seeing mutants versus mutants, because in season 1, all we saw was the X-Men. They fought Sentinels, they fought Bastion, they fought Magneto. I guess you can say they fought like Madeline Pryor, but as far as like a team versus team battle, we didn't get that. So this is the very first time we're seeing the X-Men fight other mutants, and we're seeing the clashing of powers and the clashing of strategy and skills. They kill it. They absolutely kill it. And like I said, if you're going against the X-Men, be prepared to get jumped, because that's what happened with the Horsemen of Apocalypse. They got their asses jumped. So after the X-Men beat the out of the Horsemen of Apocalypse, Mother Ascani, this old ass, crazy ass, wrinkled ass, stupid ass bitch, she decides to crash the ship that the X-Men are on directly into the building of Apocalypse Base. Ma'am, thank God Jean was aboard so she can put up a telekinetic shield. But hello, sweetheart, what if Jean was not on that ship? You just sent the X-Men straight into a building on a runaway train. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why couldn't you just allow the X-Men to get back on your ship before running a runaway train into a whole entire building? What the f***, old bitch? What are you doing?
Get back in the kitchen.
Like I said, Mother Ascani, she's pissing me off real bad in this episode, but okay. So then it's revealed that they actually freed a community of mutant slaves that Apocalypse had locked up in their building. And we see Nathan, Cable, he clears a whole entire path for them to be free. And I just love this shot. Look at this shot right here. First of all, let's just acknowledge the costumes. They look good. They look absolutely good. The yellow and blue that Storm, Wolverine, Morph, and Forge are wearing, they are killing it. And then we got Scott and Jean. Jean, the first lady of the X-Men. Scott, the king of the X-Men. You know, they rocking their own little separate color coordinated costumes away from the other X-Men, but it's still in unison. They look good. These costumes are amazing. I don't know if it's just because the way the sunlight is shining on them, but that's a good ass shot. The X-Men, they look good. One thing about it, before they go on in the mission, they're gonna make sure they step. Shout out to the swag. So then by the end of the episode, Cable gets his metal arm. That way the disease that Mr. Sinister gave him when he was a child is not gonna affect his body anymore. Cable receives the time computer. This is what he used to travel back and forth into time. And he sends the X-Men back into the present day. All right, now listen up, because I'm going to say this. I did not expect the X-Men in the future to be sent back into the present so soon. In my mind, I thought that they were going to be in the future, trying to navigate the future, trying to fight Apocalypse in the future for the remainder of the season. So I did not expect to see Scott, Jean, Storm, Wolverine, and Morph return to the present day after one episode. I really thought that they were going to return to the present day later on in the season. So I was kind of a little disappointed by that, because it would have been way more interesting for 3 separate storylines to be going. The future X-Men, they were going to be in the future battling the Apocalypse of that future, of 3000 AD. And then we got the X-Men in the past. They were going to be battling Ensemble Noir. That was pre-Apocalypse, you know, before he turned into this great giant villain. It was an opportunity for the X-Men to get in and kind of sway his motive. You know, so Apocalypse would not become one of the biggest X-Men villains of all time. And then in the present timeline, there are no X-Men. So then that was going to be the opportunity for other characters to flourish and deal with whatever threats come up regarding the mutant community. So I did not expect the X-Men of the future to return to the present day so quickly. Welcome back. You know, it doesn't make or break the episode to me. I still enjoyed it, and I'm still excited about the remainder of the season. But I really wish we would have kept them in the future for more episodes and more potential threats regarding the future. But it's okay. I'm all right. I still love the episode. I'm still overly excited for the remainder of the season. This was a good intro, and it had all my faves. Scott, Jean, Storm, Forge. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, like I said, we're going to see how the remainder of the season plays out. I'm extremely excited. The X-Men are back. X-Men 97. This is an X-Men era. Shout out to all my X-nerds out there. We are eating. We are absolutely eating. Let me know your thoughts regarding this episode in the comment section. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video concerning X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 2. Peace.